guys, it's Tez coming to you today from our bedroom. I'm not feeling 100% well, so I'm just recording from bed today. I do have something exciting to share with you guys, and it is this. I don't know if you guys know this, but for the past year, I have been pitching in helping out my former makeup and airbrushing professor or teacher. And she runs a company called Creative Air, which is like an educational facility for makeup and airbrushing. And she's also the official Swedish distributor for TEMPTU. And TEMPTU is one of the best and most famous or most well-known airbrushing brands in the world. So if you're in Sweden and you're interested in purchasing TEMPTU products, like this one for instance, you can go to creativeair.se and go to the shop and click there, and you should find all the TEMPTU products there. So I worked my last day for Creative Air on September 30th, so September last. And like I said, I was only pitching and doing a couple of hours a week, so I still have my regular full-time job. I'm not out of a job or anything like that. And this was a goodbye present from my boss, which is so sweet. And I can't wait to try this. So this is the AIRpod, which is a revolutionized way of looking at airbrushing. Now, airbrushing has kind of always been considered something that only the professional makeup artists do. I personally love using airbrushing. It's perfect for when you're doing bridal makeup. It's awesome for when you're doing Halloween and prosthetics and special effects makeup. I really love that stuff. But the whole idea with the AIRpod system is to make airbrushing accessible for the everyday user and not only for makeup artists. So this is airbrushing made easy. Let's have a look at what's inside the box. Alright, so it opens up like so. First there is this, which is kind of like a stand for the pods themselves. There's room for 3 in there. And then there is a bag, which is really handy, so you can take it with you when you travel and stuff. And then in the bag you have 4 items. First one is the compressor. Airbrushing is using PSI, which is air pressure, to blow makeup onto the skin. So you need the compressor in order to use your airbrushing gun, no matter which kind you use. Then there's also the handle, the little thing that you attach the handle to the compressor with. And then there's a separate box for the 2 cords that you need. The soft plastic looking one is the one that's going to guide the air pressure itself from the compressor into the air gun, and then this is just a regular electric cable. Now, in order to be able to try this out, I got 2 of the foundations for the AIRpod, and I got the 2 lightest shades. They're called Porcelain and Ivory, and as with most of TEMPTU's and other makeup brands as well, when it comes to foundations, they usually go for 1 yellow line and 1 pink line. And the reason for that is because most people have skin tones that tend towards either yellow or pink. You can also tend towards more green tones or more red tones. So I went for both the lightest shades, so both the pinker one and the more yellow one. There are little instructions in here. I'm gonna do this properly because yes, I've been airbrushing for years now, but I haven't actually tried this product yet. So you're gonna see me try it for the first time. Okay, so the first pod, this is what the pods look like. What you do is you attach the entire pod to the handle. You don't have to, like you do with these. This is a set of TEMPTU foundations that you use for a regular airbrushing gun. And for those, you have to like drip the product into the cup of the gun, and then you have to keep adding, and maybe sometimes you put too much in, and the only advantage in that is that you can mix the colors. But you kind of can with this too. You just don't mix them in the pod, but instead you apply just one color first and then the second one over it. So you still can blend. Say that you're a perfect mix between 2 shades of foundation. Well, then you first apply one of them and then you apply the other one. But the range is wide enough so that everybody should be able to find a tone that matches their skin. Here are the 2 pods. I don't know if you can tell, but this one is slightly more yellow and this one is slightly more pink in tone. I tend to be more yellow in tone, so I think that the yellow one is gonna fit my skin better. So to store them, I would just like put them in the stand. Like this. Alright, so let's plug this in, shall we? The air cord is soft, so you just press it on. And then you attach the stand to the top of the compressor so that your handle can rest on top of it. You're always supposed to shake your foundations before using them. That way you keep it from clumping up and stuff. Shake well and open plug before each use. So when you remove the cap from the pod, the foundation pod itself, you have a smaller little cap here that you need to open up in order to get the product out. And then after every use, once you're done with your airbrushing, you put this on to keep the product from drying. You press the gun release button to attach the pod to the handle. Let's plug it in. Alright, it is now the next day and I have no makeup on, so it's time to actually try the product. And I had to wait until the next day because I had to go get an outlet adapter, because this one has, I think this is a British or an American outlet record. So I had to just get one of these in order for it to work here in Sweden where I live. So it is plugged in now, and I'm gonna go ahead and try the shade called Ivory, which is the more yellow tone one. This is the only button that you have to control the product. Sorry about this, by the way, I'm in my kitchen and it's super sunny outside and I can't really do anything about that. So yeah, this stuff is gonna be on my face. Whatever. Yeah, so the difference between this setup and the setup of a regular airbrush gun is that with this you have constant airflow. So when I push the button now and turn it on, we have air coming out instantly. Now when you use a more expensive air gun, the compressor starts making the noise when you put it on, yes, but it doesn't start releasing air through the gun. So from this you only control the product, but when you use a more expensive one, you control airflow and product at the same time, especially if you use a dual action gun, which is what I have for my professional kit. But this is for me, and it's totally fine that it's like blowing air on my face all the time. I don't really care about that. It's actually quite pleasant. So this is how the product rests while I'm not working with it, but I am gonna start working with it now. And for underneath the eyes, it can get a little bit creasy because you can't really keep your eyes open while you do this. So you kind of have to just go over it with your finger to smear it out a little bit. Okay, so I did half my face now, and the product is a little high shine before it sets completely, so it looks a little shiny right now, but it is gonna set. So hope you guys can tell the difference. Like here, this is like the kind of red patching that I naturally have, and it's been completely covered up on this side. So I'm just gonna continue with the rest of my face. And then when I'm done, just click this to release the pod. Put the little mini black cork in. It's supposed to stay on, like hang from the side, but I accidentally pulled the whole thing off, but it doesn't matter, it still goes on. And then just put the lid back on, and that's it. This is the main thing that is the big advantage to using a more advanced gun, because you always have to constantly clean your more professional gun. As soon as you've used it, you can't just put it away, you have to clean it. Otherwise there's going to be leftover product in there, it's going to clog, and the next time you use it, it's going to block the airflow, so you're not going to be able to get anything out of there. So this saves a lot of time, because cleaning an air gun can be pretty time consuming. Sorry about my crazy hair, by the way, I just woke up. So yeah, that's the brilliance of the pods, because you only use each single color. There's no, for a more advanced gun, there is a little pot at the top, like a little bowl that you pour the product into, and the product actually goes into the gun. and you use a needle and you have to clean everything, and it is time consuming. And this makes it just a whole lot easier. And if you want, you can get like 2 shades lighter in one foundation, 2 shades darker, and then do your highlights and shading and also blusher and bronzer and everything like that as well, only using this, which is so handy. And all you have to do is to switch between the pods, no cleaning, anything like that. So it's pretty amazing, and it's made very easy. But I only have the 2 shades that I got right now, so I can't do any contouring or blush today, but I just wanted to show you like how the product works, because it is an affordable way to do airbrushing at your home. For professional use, yeah, I'd use this for wedding makeups and stuff like that as well. The only downside to using the pods when you're a professional makeup artist and you're not using it on yourself is that the size, like this is a lot of product, and when you're a professional makeup artist you have to have every single shade, and maybe you can't really afford to get the full-sized ones. And when you have a regular airbrush gun or air gun, you can get a set of like smaller volumes of all the single shades, and that just makes it less expensive. But I mean, other than that, these are not that expensive. So yeah. So if you want to know more about the products and if you want to see the prices here in Sweden, you go to creativeair.se and click on shop to go to the TEMPTU products. If not, you can go to the TEMPTU direct page and look at the AIRpod system there. This is what it looks like, and I know it looks weird when I haven't done the rest of my makeup, but at least you guys can see like how it evened out the redness of my skin. I have some like really white patches that are whiter than everything else, and some are really red, and I have some blues and blah blah blah. So this just evens everything out, and this is a silicone based formula, which means that it lasts all day and it can take some water, so if you're outside in the rain or you're crying, it's not gonna run off, which is awesome. That is it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, post them below and I will get back to you. If not, I'll see you in my next video, which will probably Halloween themed. Bye guys!